on it, and in Facebook AC is not on.
It's not. It's not.
It is now.
It's not. I go there. I'm a customer. I go there. I can't get it. Then it's a hidden. You got to.
You can go there now and see.
I find that it's hard to do. I can't get. You can't always
We
get.
are trying to solve the problem.
Okay, we're online. We're with the devotees. Devotees are gathering together. We are already here. And you'll be very proud of the London devotees. They all know fluently the 10 offences to the holy name, and they all know fluently the Das Mula Tattva of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Okay, but you can't hear me maybe, but that's okay. So let us come now to today's Ekadashi, and obeisances to all the devotees and all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, Saprika Shri Guru Gauranga Sundar, Radha Giridhari and Giriraj Ju Ki Jai. And Nabadip, the center of our heart of every devotee, Saprika Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundar Ju Ki Jai. All right, dear devotees, it is Ekadashi, and so we are going to continue by singing Sri Hari Vasare, the classic kirtan sung at the beginning of, at the morning on Ekadashi day. Sri Hari Vasara Hari. And we're kind of using different books here.
267.
267 and 285, if some of you are joining us who used to be with us in Vila Govinda in the morning, then it's on page 285 in that new book. 285. So somebody can sing. I have sung this morning. Who has not sung this morning? Devananda Prabhu sang. Did you sing?
No.
Krishna Gopal has not yet sung, I can tell. But he has correctly given us fluently the 10 offences to the holy name. It means the list of them, not demonstrating them. The list of the 10 offences to the holy name. Okay, Krishna Gopal Prabhu, Shri Hari Vasare Hari. And as always, try to see the translation so you know what you're singing. Not just to breathe, make sound into the ether. Gurudev said, not just make sound into the sky. We want to think what we are singing. So that's why you have 2 eyes. One is to see the translation, one to see its original. And you've got 4 eyes, so all the better. No problem. You don't know how to sing it? Ch.Ch. Shri Hari Vasari. Oh, that's kind of the sad song. I mean, the sad tune. We like it to the happy tune, which is more like Hari Harayan. Oh, Hari Harayan Ramakrishna tune. Shri Hari Vasare Hari. Shri Hari Vasare Hari Kirtana Vidhana. Nityarambila Prabhu Jagatera Rana. Krishna Nam. So we will chant Krishna Nam. Nagare, Nagare, Gora, Gai. And who hasn't sung is Saraswati, Vilasini, and Krishna Gopal. So, 6 verses each.
Which,
Another Sarupini. Just arrived. So 6 verses each, beginning with Saraswati, and we go around. And you know that. Nagare, Nagare, Gora, Gai.
216. 216. 216.
Nagare, Nagare, Gora, Gai.
Nagare, Nagare, Gora, Gai. Yasomati Sanya Parasi Nagara Gora. Indrani Ramani Bhakti Rajivana. Shivapurani Shatari Putana Ladana. Mata Maturesha Devaki Garbhajam Puja Kripa Moya Vishnu Surya Narayana Harakesha Naragana Shija Dunandana Shri Rukmini Kanta Satyapati Surapala Bandava Bandava Shishupala Jirakala Nagadisha Janadana Keshavatatana Sarva Avatara Bija Vishvera Nindana Ayeshwara Yogeshwara Brahma Tejatara Sarvatmara Atma Prabhupada Tirapara Ajita Pavana Jagannatha Sarveshwara Vrindavan Chanda Sarvara Sera Kakara Nagare Nagare Bhakti Vinoda Tachupai Vinoda Tachupai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Govinda Govinda Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Jai Shri Ekadashi Brata Ki Jai. Today to sing more, to chant more, to do more seva, to do less bodily things. Hare Krishna. So today we'll read from Revealed Truth first, because we read only short yesterday, Revealed Truth. Mahaprabhu is closed, so I'm sitting a little bit with my back to him. But golden curtains covering the golden Lord. So today we're starting section 2 of the Revealed Truth. And Srila Gurudev, this section is going to be Srila Gurudev elaborating on truths 2, 3 and 4 of the Dasa Mula Tattva of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And the truths 2, 3 and 4 are 2, 3 and 4. Remember that together. 2, 3, 4.
Hari is the supreme,
Yes?
he's omnipotent,
Yes?
and he's the ocean of the rasa.
Yes. Lord Krishna, Hari, is supreme. He is omnipotent. He can do anything and everything. And he is an ocean of rasa. Every rasa, every mood, everything is in Krishna. So, these three truths are being expanded, elaborated on, explained here in section 2 of Revealed Truth. Page number 67, so starting on page 69, because there's a blank page. 69 we're starting, so chapter 4, Revealed Truth by Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. All right. Try to make it a bit bigger. All right. Chapter 4, the Supreme Controller. Okay, a devotee, presumably someone, anyhow, is asking a question. Let's see whether the question's from a devotee or demon, was it? No, devotee or non-devotee. So question in a public gathering. I have heard that Swami Ramakrishna taught that people should first worship demigods like Mother Kali and then worship Lord Krishna. Is worshipping Krishna and worshipping other demigods the same thing? Is there a difference between worshipping different deities or forms of the Lord? So we can think that this is probably a question in India, because outside India, I don't know how many people know Ramakrishna. In Colombia, they know Ramakrishna. In Italy, do they know Ramakrishna? In Latvia, do they know Ramakrishna?
Maybe some Indian communities also?
In the Indian community, yeah. Anyhow, I'm not so sure he's so famous worldwide, but in Bengal, he was famous. But he's saying, the question is, I've heard that Swami Ramakrishna taught that people should first worship demigods like Mother Kali and then worship Lord Krishna. Is worshipping Krishna and worshipping other demigods the same thing? Is there a difference between worshipping different deities or forms of the Lord? Which offense to the holy name would this question be applicable to? Number 2, Ananda Sarupini shouting loudly from the other side of the room. Number 2, yes. The offense against Lord Vishnu to think that the worship of the Devas is equivalent to the worship of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, etc. So Srila Gurudev is answering. Your questions are simple and their answers are also simple. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Janti deva vrata devan pitrin janti pitri vrataha bhutani janti bhuteja janti mad yajino pimam. And yesterday we went for a walk and talk in the park, in a park, which I don't know the name of. What's the name of that park?
Hill, it's something with the hill. Northfield? Northfield, yeah.
Northfield. Okay, Northfield. Anyway, we went for a walk in a park here in London, and we were talking about this very verse, and here it is with us. Those who, so quote, those who worship the devatas, the demigods, go to the domain of the demigods. Those who worship the pitris, the forefathers, go to the place of the forefathers. And those who worship the bhutas, ghosts, go to the plane of the ghosts. And those who worship Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, go to Krishna Loka, the transcendental abode of Krishna. So yesterday we were mentioning about this verse. Then Srila Gurudev saying, this is the advice of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. But Ramakrishna told people that all of these forms of worship and all of these destinations are the same. But this is not true. They are not the same. All diseases are not the same. All happiness is not the same. All sadness is not the same. Each of our each of our fingers are not the same. All people are not the same. No two things are exactly the same. How can all forms of worship and all destinations be the same? They are never the same. Claro. The teaching of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is that you have free choice and you decide what you want. You choose your destination. You have to properly realize what your needs are and then proceed in the appropriate direction. By worshipping demigods, you can attain Kanak, Kamani and Pratishta. That means temporary wealth, enjoyment and fame in this world. These are not the essential needs of your heart. To always be searching in one direction or another in pursuit of material desires is not good, and it will not give anyone a fulfilling result. If you are willing to satisfy anyone, regardless of who they are, to fulfill your material desires, then your nature is like that of a prostitute. But if your mood is that you want to satisfy your Lord exclusively, then your nature is like that of a chaste servitor. The question about whether worshipping the Lord and the demigods is the same is actually a matter of chastity and prostitution. There's Gurudev making everything very clear. Srimad Bhagavatam has advised us that by pleasing our Master, capital M, we will automatically please everyone and attain everything we need. Yatha taror mula nishechanena tripyanti tat skandha bhujo pashakaha pranopaharachcha yatendriyanam tataiva sarvarhanam achuteja. And this is a famous verse. Quote, if you pour water on the root of a tree, the whole tree is nourished. And the word here is mula for the root, like the mula tattva. That's a mula tattva. If you pour water on the root of a tree, the whole tree is nourished. If you offer your devotion and service to Krishna, the Supreme Lord, all demigods, all goddesses, and the whole world are satisfied. You can fulfill all your desires. No, you can fulfill all your duties and desires by worshipping Lord Krishna. This is what is truly necessary for everyone. Okay? You can fulfill all your duties and desires by worshipping Lord Krishna. This is what is truly necessary for everyone. When I was young, I used to go out every day collecting money for the service of Srila Guru Maharaj. Me too. During this time I was living with Srila Swami Maharaj. Oh, I was not. At Sitakanta Banerjee Lane in Kolkata. He was working on his translation of Bhagavad Gita as it is then. And every day he would teach me something from Srimad Bhagavad Gita or give me some advice. And then I would go out. I would tell people I met the things that I had heard from Srila Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Some days I would get a very good response and come home in a dancing mood. But some days I would not collect anything. And on some days, people would even try to beat me. During that time, I met many devotees of Mother Kali and would often end up debating with them. Remember, this is Calcutta. Sitakanta Banerjee Lane. By the way, Sitakanta Banerjee Lane is a very sweet, like village road in crazy Calcutta. Well, most people think Calcutta is crazy. Calcutta is quite human. But anyway, Sitakanta Banerjee Lane is a very sweet, like a village road in the city. It's off the main roads, very quiet and gentle place. So during that time, I met, when he's going out preaching, I met many devotees of Mother Kali and would often end up debating with them. The worshippers of Mother Kali pray to her for selfish purposes. They pray, "O Mother Kali, dhanang dehi, janang dehi, rupang dehi, yasho dehi." Dehi means give me. And so on, which means give me wealth, give me manpower, give me beauty, give me fame, and so on. Dehi, give me. And Gurudev is saying, Mother Kali is actually a Param Vaishnavi, a perfect chaste servitor of her master, the Supreme Lord. And she can also give Vishnu Bhakti to the conditioned souls. But the conditioned souls are foolish and cannot understand what is good for them. They do not understand that they must die someday and will be forced to leave everything they may gain in their life through their worship. Acha, I'll reread that. They do not understand that they must die someday and will be forced to leave everything they may gain in their life through their worship. Pursuing material desires, even through worship, is never in the actual interest of anyone. May look religious. When there's no religion, it's obviously exploitation. But Srila Guru Maharaj is pointing out, pursuing material desires, even through worship, is never in the actual interest of anyone. Then Gurudev is saying, one day I told some of the devotees of Mother Kali who wanted to debate with me. So Gurudev told them, and this is famous saint in Bengal, Vivekananda is a Gunda, oh dear, a dacoit, and Ramakrishna, who just mentioned, is a Murka Pujari, an ignorant priest. So this is what Gurudev told to them. He'd heard this from some source. And so they became very angry with me and tried to beat me. Many of Mother Kali's devotees especially would always want to fight with me. Then after this I asked Srila Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, what should I say to the worshippers of Mother Kali? Srila Swami Maharaj's preaching style was always very hard. And he told me jokingly, ask them why are they worshipping Mother Kali? If they are faithful devotees of Mother Kali, what will they ultimately attain? Tell them they should know that if they worship Mother Kali, they will go to Mother Kali's domain. That will be their destiny. What Mother Kali eats, they will eat. What Mother Kali does, they will do. Where Mother Kali lives, they will live. So their final destiny will be to become an associate of Mother Kali. So you should ask them, where does Mother Kali live? Mother Kali lives in a cremation ground. Who are Mother Kali's associates? The Dakinis and Yoginis. That is, many varieties of witches and ghosts. And what does Mother Kali eat in her domain? She eats the meat and blood of her dead sons. What is Mother Kali's mood? Mother Kali has no shyness. She stands naked, showing her tongue to her sons. She attracts her sons to come to her, and then she takes their heads, cuts their necks, and puts their skulls in a garland. We use nice flowers. But Mother Kali puts their skulls on her garland. Then Guru is saying, have you seen the garland? So this is Srila Prabhupada all this time. Have you seen the garland of skulls of the demons she kills? Ch.Ch. Have you seen the garland of the skulls of the demons she kills around her neck? This is Mother Kali's nature. And if you worship her, you will go to her abode, Kali Loka. Kali Loka. Jejata mang prapadyante tangstataiva bhajamyaham. Bhagavad Gita 4:11. So if you feel you need to go to Mother Kali's abode, you can go there to stay with her. And lastly, she will cut off your head and add it to her garland. If this is your desire, then we have no objection. Jai. Sri Gauranga Sundar, attracting us to the land of beauty, sweetness, charm, eternity. Anyway, Srila Swami Maharaj joked in this way. Srila Swami Maharaj joked in this way, and then he said, but just see our Krishna. Krishna lives in Vrindavan Dham. There Krishna has so many girlfriends, and so much butter, ghee, cheese, milk, sandesh, rasagulas, fruits, sweets, luchis, puris, ladus, kachoris, and so on. We can eat all of these things there with Lord Krishna. There the forests and gardens are beautifully decorated, and so many cows can be found everywhere. We will be associates of Lord Krishna and play with him and the cowherd boys near the Jamuna river. Krishna is so beautiful. He attracts everyone with the beauty of his divine form. You can do as you like. You have free choice. The meat and witches of Mother Kali, or the sweetness of Krishna. You decide for yourself. In this way, Srila Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, jokingly explained to me what I could say to the devotees of Mother Kali. And he gave me very good nourishment. Hare Krishna. Okay, a little bit more. Srila Gurudev is saying, it is necessary to understand the positions of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the demigods. There is a story in the Upanishads which clearly explains the supreme position of the Lord as the master of the demigods. Oh, okay. Story coming up. Everyone sitting comfortably? Okay, now we'll begin. Gurudev telling a story. Once the demigods were very proud of their universal powers, and they thought, we do everything. The Lord was aware of this and wanted to give them some proper consciousness. He took the form of, everyone knows what God looks like, right? He took the form of an old man. So many times Krishna is depicted, God is depicted as an old man, like watching everything. This time, young Krishna did take the form of an old man. So, he wanted to give the demigods some proper consciousness. So Krishna, youthful Krishna, took the form of an old man and appeared before the demigods. He first asked to Agni Devi, who are you, sir? Who are you, sir? Who are you, sir? Agni Devi said, I am Agni Devi, the master of fire. The Lord then asked him, what can you do? Agni Devi said, I can burn the whole universes. Then the Lord tested him. If you have such power, Can you please show it to me by burning this grass here before us? Agni Devi then tried, and with his full energy, but by the Lord's will, he was unable to burn the grass. Finally, Agni Devi left. Then Vayu came along, and the Lord asked him, "What is your power? What can you do?" The old man asking him, "What is your power? What can you do?" And Vayu said, "I can blow anything and everything away with my power." The Lord then asked him, "Can you move this grass here before us? Can you move this grass?" He tried. Vayu tried. But by the will of the Lord, he was unable to move the grass. In this way, many demigods came before the Lord, but were unable to demonstrate their power. Finally, Devaraj Indra, the king of all the demigods, heard about what was happening, and he himself came to see the old man. The Lord then disappeared and sent Mahamaya to appear before Indra. Indra asked her, "Who was that old man?" Who was that old man? Mahamaya said, "You demigods think that you have so much power and can do anything. But without the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you cannot do anything. He is that Supreme Personality of Godhead." You see? God, old man. Maybe with a long beard. Maybe all these things. When Mahamaya revealed the identity of the old man to Indra, Indra and all the demigods understood their actual position, and from far away they all bowed down to the Lord. And they all lived happily ever after. Except the demigods, they don't live happily ever after, because the demigods are subject to time. As Brahma demonstrated when Hiranyakashipu wanted to earn the benediction from him of immortality. And Brahma said, "I cannot give you what I don't have. I don't have immortality. I will die, but after many, many years." Okay. Jai Srila Gurudev. Gurudev is the best storyteller and always coming with new things. And we can also see Gurudev while he's telling this story.
Yeah.
Very wonderful things. All right, tomorrow a new subtitle. Wait for tomorrow to find out what it is. Another story. So tomorrow, please sit comfortably and then we'll begin. Another real story also. All right. So Jai Shri Revealed Truth Ki Jai, Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. And we do have a couple of minutes. And today is Ekadashi, so we can also... We sang a little more this morning. What else did we do a little more? Oh, we read a little more. And we remembered a little more. Now we're going to come to Chaitanya Charitamrita. And on the wonderful chapter, and what a good day to start, Krishna's Day. Ekadashi is Krishna's Day. And we are starting on chapter 8 of Madhya Leela, which is the talks between Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy. So Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai, Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, the author Ki Jai, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Srila Guru Maharaj Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai, and Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga Ki Jai. Every chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita begins with a Sanskrit verse composed by Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. And an original Sanskrit verse. This verse is, so text 1, chapter 8 of Madhya Leela. Sanchaja Ramabhidha Bhakta Meghe Svabhakti Siddhanta Chayam Ritani Gaurabdir Etair Amuna Vitirnais Taj Gyatva Ratnalayatam Prayati. Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Gauranga, is the ocean of all-conclusive knowledge in devotional service. He empowered Sri Ramananda Roy, who may be likened to a cloud of devotional service. This cloud was filled with the water of all the conclusive purports of devotional service and was empowered by the ocean to spread this water over the sea of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Thus, the ocean of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became filled with the jewels of the knowledge of pure devotional service. Amazing verse. The ocean, the water comes from the ocean, goes into the clouds, and then it again rains down. So from Mahaprabhu's conception went to Ramananda Roy, and Ramananda Roy then rained it down back on Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, beautiful. Verse number 2, Jaya means all glory, all victory. Verse number 2, you will not get a translation because you do not need it. It is Jaya Jaya, Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Jaya, Nityananda, or Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gauranga's devotee section. Hare Krishna. Purva Rite. According to the previous program, Prabhu Age Gamana Korila. Jyara Nrsinga. So Mahaprabhu is in going in South India direction. And now Jyara Nrsinga Kshetre Kottadine Gela. So according to his previous program, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went forward on his tour, and after some days arrived at the place of pilgrimage known as Jyara Nrsinga. And the Jyara Nrsinga temple is situated on the top of a hill about 5 miles away from Visakhapatnam. There is a railway station on the South Indian Railway known as Singachala. The temple known as Singachala is the best temple in the vicinity of Visakhapatnam. And we've been there by the Lord's grace. And very wonderful. Very wonderful everything about this. We came up. Actually, you see, Mahaprabhu is going down. And when he comes back, he comes to these places again. But when we did this parikrama, we came around and from down to up, like we're on our way to Puri. But he's coming from Puri, so he went first to Kurmakshetra, and then he's come now to the Sringachalam, to the Jyara Nrsinga temple. And both at Kurmakshetra and at the Jyara Nrsinga temple, they got the footprints of Mahaprabhu, installed by Srila Saraswati Thakur. And then as we come down to Kovur, again the footprints of Mahaprabhu, installed by Saraswati Thakur, but through Guru Maharaj and his team who went there. This temple on the top of the hill is very affluent and is a typical example of the architecture of the area. This, of course, is the purport by Srila Prabhupada. And based on Srila Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's commentary. On one stone tablet, it is mentioned that formerly a queen covered the deity with gold plate. That's right. The queen covered the deity of Nrsingadev with gold plate. Hare Krishna. The original deity is situated within the depths of the temple. But there is another deity, a duplicate known as Vijayamurti. This smaller deity can be moved from the temple and taken on public processions. Priests who belong to the Ramanuja Sampradaya are in charge of the deity worship. And it is one of those temples, solid, big stones, and the depths of the temple means, you're going right inside, and it's very protected, very solidly protected. If any disturbance would come, then the Lord is protected. And in these temples, the tradition is you pay your obeisances not actually in front of the deity, because usually it's quite a crowd to get in front of the deity, and you can't actually bend down to pay obeisances. But the deity is like far inside, and these stone walls, stone gateways, one after another. But in the courtyard, or before you enter the final 2 or 3 gates, and they have a stamba column, and this I didn't know in the beginning, but that is the procedure. You pay your obeisances, so you are in front of the deity, but at the stamba you pay your obeisances, and that is considered that the Lord is receiving those obeisances, even though you're not right in front of him. And when you come in front of him, kind of a little bit like a penguin, except it's very hot instead of penguins will be like that in a cold place. But you're quite like a penguin, and it's usually quite hot, because anyway, the air is hot, but number 2, you go squashed by lots of people. Okay, anyway, this is the temple. So this is where Mahaprabhu came to. Nrsinga Dekya Koila Dandabat Pranati. After saying this, Prema Veshe Koila Bahu Nritya Gita Stuti. Okay. Upon seeing the deity of Lord Nrsinga in the temple, Mahaprabhu offered his respectful obeisances by falling flat. Dandavat pranati. Dandavat. Danda is a stick, and vat means like. So dandavat means like a stick. Dandavat pranati. Then in ecstatic love he performed various dances, chanted, and offered prayers. Nritya, Gita, Stuti. Dancing, chanting, offering prayers. And now he's singing, or saying, it's in quote marks. So this is Mahaprabhu calling aloud. Shri Nrsinga, Shri Nrsinga, Jai Nrsinga, Jaya Jaya Nrsinga, Praladesha Jaya, Padma Mukha, Padma Bringa. So Padma is lotus. So Padma Mukha, Padma Bringa. Like a bee. Bringa is the bee. Okay, all glories to Sri Nrsingadev. All glories to Sri Nrsingadev, who is the Lord of Prahlad Maharaj. And like a honeybee, is always engaged in beholding the lotus-like face of the goddess of fortune. Ch.Ch. Okay? It's interesting because doesn't actually say the goddess of fortune here, but see, Srila Prabhupada, he gives us more than the verses to help us go along with the flow. But how? Sri Nrsinga. Lord Nrsinga. Sri Nrsinga. The Lord Nrsingadev with Lakshmi, Sri and Nrsinga. Because we are thinking, I am thinking Sri Nrsinga, like glorious Nrsinga, like this, Sri Nrsinga. So Sri Nrsinga, Jaya Nrsinga, Jaya Jaya Nrsinga. So Sri Nrsinga is Lord Nrsingadev with Lakshmi. So a little bit of purport. The goddess of fortune is always embraced by Lord Nrsingadev. This is mentioned in the commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, written by the great commentator, Srila Sridhar Swami. And this is not our Srila Sridhar Maharaj. This is Srila Sridhar Swami from before Mahaprabhu's time. So to be aware of that. The following verse was composed by Sridhar Swami in his commentary on the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. The Sanskrit translation, quote, Lord Nrsimha is always assisted by Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and he is always embracing the goddess of fortune to his chest. The Lord is always complete in knowledge within himself. Let us offer obeisances unto Nrsimha Deva. So this is Sridhar Swami's verse. Okay, more things there. Homework for anyone who likes to do some homework. Next verse, Mahaprabhu is quoting from somewhere. Oh, he's quoting from Sridhar Swami's commentary. I wonder if it's the same verse. No, it's another verse. So Mahaprabhu is now quoting from Sridhar Swami's commentary. We'll end very soon. So it's Sanskrit, it's short. Ugro pyanugra evayam sva bhaktanam nri keshari. Keshariva sva potanam anyesam ugra vikramaha. Sanskrit translation. Although very ferocious, the lioness is very kind to her cubs, babies. Similarly, although very ferocious to non-devotees like Hiranyakashipu, Lord Nrsimhadev is very, very soft and kind to devotees like Prahlad Maharaj. All right. E mata nana shloka pari stuti koila. In this way, various slokas, he recited many verses, many prayers. And Nrsimha Sevaka, the servant of Nrsimha, Mala Prasada Ani Dila. He brought the Mala Prasad. Hare Krishna, Purvavat. As previously, as usual, a Brahmana offered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu an invitation. The Lord passed the night at the temple and then commenced his tour again. The next morning, in great ecstasy of love, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started on his tour with no knowledge of the proper direction, and he continued the whole day and night. Let's see what happens to him. That's tomorrow. More things to hear tomorrow. So now Mahaprabhu has gone to Singhachalam, gone to the temple of Nrsimhadev, received the Lord's mercy, and now next day got up in great joy, continuing his South Indian tour. Jai Shriman Mahaprabhu ki Jai, Mahaprabhu's South Indian tour ki Jai. Jai Shri Nrsimhadev ki Jai. And the proper name for Nrsimha in this temple was Jyara Nrsimha. Jyara Nrsimha in Simhachalam. And I forget how many steps, it doesn't say here. I think it's 1,000. I think it's 1,000 steps to go to there. And we went there different times, but we went there early in the morning, up all those steps, dodging the bird poop. The birds, they wake up early in the morning. You know, birds wake up early in the morning, like before dawn, like this. And birds, and Guru Maharaj explained, that when they wake up, they start talking with each other before they're going off to eat. And then that time when they're talking with each other, on the steps going up, there are some big trees, and of course the birds stay in the trees. Very tricky not to get blessed by the birds' remnants. But going up there to the Nrsimha temple. And very beautiful early in the morning to go there. And another thing about the birds singing, Guru Maharaj, Srila Guru Maharaj told that time, whatever time it is physically, but in the morning when the light is going to come, the day is starting up. And the birds know when they start talking and before they start eating. That time, when the birds are all, is a good time to start the journey. Now you know. All right. Hari Harai Nama Krishna. And everybody, almost everyone in the room has sung, everybody in the room has sung something except Radharani Dasi. Correct? You came. You came later. I'm sure she was busy doing service and probably making breakfast. Somebody needs to be the creator, the servitor for Mahaprabhu. So Radharani Dasi will sing Hari Harai Nama Krishna. And then we wish you all a successful Ekadashi, special day of Seva. Hare Krishna. Hari Harai Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Hari Gopinath Madana. Sundar, Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Sundar, Radha Giridhari Ju ki Jai, Jai Shri Giriraj Ju ki Jai, Jai Shri Gurudev Om Vishnupad, Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Om Vishnupad, Shri Bhakti Rock Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Vaga ki Jai, Jai Vishvarenya Shri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai, Jai Shri Sad Goswami ki Jai, Shri Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, and Jai Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai, Jai Shri Revealed Truth ki Jai, and Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Shri Ekadashi Brata ki Jai, all the assembled devotees ki Jai, including Kirtira Devi Dasi and Braj Bihari Prabhu Tongarasa Didi, who I can see here, and maybe others also, I do not know, and happy to be able to find SCS Mat West, was the SCS Mat West London. Is that?
Yes, Raseshwari Didi is there also.
And Raseshwari, okay, very good, Raseshwari Didi.
From Norway.
Yes, Dandabad, very good, happily having you with us. And Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Brinda ki Jai, Tulsi Devi ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol, Bancha Kalpatarubhyas Cha, Kripa Sindhu Bhyeva Cha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Govinda Govinda Gopala. And by the way, tomorrow is Mahaprabhu. I just had a little glance. Mahaprabhu comes to the Godavari river, where he will meet Ramananda Roy. That's tomorrow. So Mahaprabhu's tour is going quickly.